Okay, so you found this video and you're essentially looking for an insulation system for your steel building, a tubular steel building, maybe a pole barn, or even a standard pre-engineered steel building, an insulation system that is going to be cost effective, but also actually insulate. There's a lot of false information out there. And being in this for 20 years, I figured, all right, it's time to dispel some myths and give some good logic information. A lot of what you've probably seen is a radiant barrier type of material. It's very thin, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. It has maybe a white backer, maybe a foil backer on it. And the foil is incredibly important for radiant barrier. We sell this stuff. It does a great job in some circumstances. The reality is, though, that there's a lot of false advertising saying that this has an R11, R13, something like that, which the claims may be true in a laboratory, but on a job site, in an actual situation where you're installing this, not so fast. This product is great for condensation control. That's mostly what we sell it for. But the parameters of getting that R11 are truly difficult. The reason for that is you have to have 1.5 inch gap between the exterior sheeting, whether that's the roof or the walls, and where you have your radiant barrier. So if you decide to go that route, go for it. There's just a lot of work to do to make sure that you get the actual benefit of what the R value is being claimed. Also, if you're shopping for that material, make sure that it is a true aluminum foil. There's what's called an emissivity rating that is critical to a radiant barrier. If it's something else, a metalized polyester, those are very common. They sure look like foil. It's kind of like fool's gold. Looks like foil, but it's really not, and it will not reflect or radiate the way that aluminum foil will. So be cautious of that. When you're choosing other products, I've seen a lot of guys do foam board. This is an expanded polystyrene board, just a bead board. Great product, very inexpensive. This is an extruded board, extruded foam, good material. The problem is this is not meant for exposed application. If you plan to sheetrock, that's great. It's buried behind the sheetrock. If there's a fire, there won't be poisonous off-gassing. But in the case where you're just leaving this exposed, if the fire marshal ever comes through, he'll shut it down. He'll make you tear it out. The reason for that, again, if there's a fire, if it burns any of these types of foam, it will off-gas a poisonous gas. Very dangerous to the people in the vicinity, and especially the first responders and firefighters who want to protect them. So there are some boards that are meant for exposed application. That's a polyisocyanurate. Armax carries a great board. It's called TSX 8500 or 8510. That's a product that we move quite a bit of. Awesome material. It's a little bit more expensive, but it'll get the job done and really insulate quite well. The recommendation that we give to most of our customers, just because it's a tried and true product, is a laminated fiberglass blanket. As you can see here, this is an R13 that's 4 inches thick of fiberglass with a reinforced vinyl vapor barrier for condensation control. Comes with a taped tab to make install much easier. And this material is all custom cut. You can see here 4 foot 9 inches wide at 12 foot 6 inches long. So what we'll do in a building like this, you give us the measurements from interior post to interior post, and we will cut that material just for that space at whatever length that you give us. It'll come with tape tabs so that you can easily put that up into place. And then it covers up with that seam gets covered up with a patch tape, and then we go over it. We recommend a strapping, a mechanical fastening, because if you're just relying on tape, it will come down over time. Tape dries out. It's just not meant to be long-term as a solution for holding this into place. So we recommend that you do that as well. Something that you should also consider when building these buildings, if you have not yet put your exterior sheeting on your structure, it's very helpful if you put in a thermal break tape, which goes between the structure and the wall framing, in this case a girt, or on the ceiling a purlin. And what that does is it provides just a little gap, so that there's not thermal bridging going on, because essentially you're getting all of this heat just pounding on these metal panels, and it's radiating out through here at each of these girt spaces or at your posts. So it's super helpful if you are at that point in your project and you're plan to add some of that thermal break tape. It'll make a huge difference. The other thing is, we highly recommend sealing around the base and at the top of the walls, as well as up on the roof, just to make sure that you're minimizing the air movement in the building. That really does make a huge difference in your insulation package. In terms of pricing, just want to go over that just a little bit. By far, your cheapest bang for the buck with our value is a laminated fiberglass blanket. These two are actually, in R13, true fiberglass versus a claimed R value of R11 maybe, with a radiant barrier. They're basically the same price. So you're going through all of the effort to put this up, to install this, all of that time and hassle. You might as well do it with something that's actually going to work. In a tubular steel building like this, there's plenty of cavity space. We've got in this particular building an R13 in the walls and an R19 in the ceiling. You can see how that's pillowing out. This provides a true R value. Again, this is a proven method. This has been around for decades and decades. The material we use most often is a formaldehyde-free Johns Manville product. And again, everything can be made to fit exactly for your building, so that you're not laying stuff out on the ground and cutting things, making things dirty on the floor. You hold it up into place, slap it up, screw it in, tape it down, and you're all covered. So we hope that you'll give this a look. Give us a call with any questions, any things that you're concerned about with your particular building. But ultimately, this is a great package. We'd love to work with you.